Hello, Kurumjiri, and welcome to SKTV News. You are watching Primetime English News with me, Jessie. Now, as usual, giving you the headlines first. Sue talks with Kuki-Zo groups resumed with Center and Manipur government. Kuki-Zo groups raise separate administration demand again. Bodies of two children killed in Jonglop incident taken from RIMS mortuary for last rites. Families of missing victims in Manipur conflict denied benefits as government yet to issue death certificates. And along Lake Thabi Kunjal and Manipur locals allege no access to drinking water despite listed under Jal Jeevan mission. Alright, now the news in detail. Center has resumed talks with Kuki-Zo armed groups under suspension of operations Sue agreement after nearly a 2-month pause amid renewed ethnic tensions in Manipur. The meeting, held in New Delhi and convened by Ministry of Home Affairs, marked the first formal engagement since fresh unrest surfaced in parts of the state. It was chaired by newly appointed interlocutor A.K. Ajit Lal, who recently took over the role for Northeast peace talks. Senior officials from Intelligence Bureau, security agencies and the Manipur administration, including the Home Secretary and Additional Director General of Police, attended the discussions. Delegations from Kuki National Organizations and United People's Front, both signatories to the Sue Pact, represented Kuki-Zo groups in the day-long talks held in 2 sessions. The first phase focused on security and operational issues, particularly functioning and location of designated camps for Sue cadres. Both sides reportedly agreed in principle to relocate certain camps to reduce friction with nearby communities and improve security management. Kuki-Zo representatives also raised concerns over continuing unrest in Ukhrul district, alleging threats to civilians and incidents of village burnings in recent weeks, and called for urgent intervention and confidence-building measures. The second session centered on political demands, with Kuki-Zo groups reiterating their long-standing demand for a union territory with legislature for the hill areas they inhabit. They cited historical and developmental grievances, including inadequate infrastructure, poor access to basic services, and alleged inequities in resource distribution. The groups further stated that the scale of violence and erosion of trust since May 2023 had made return to the earlier status quo unfeasible. Interlocutor Ajit Lal assured that the concerns and demands would be conveyed to higher authorities. The center reiterated that restoring peace, deploying central forces where necessary, rationalizing camps, and continuing dialogue within the constitutional framework remain its immediate priorities. Weeks after the unfortunate bomb attack at Jonglop by suspected Kuki militants, family members have claimed the mortal remains of 5-year-old Oinam Tomten and his infant sister Oinam Yaisina from RIMS mortuary today. The 2 children were killed in a tragic bomb attack which was carried out by suspected Kuki militants on the very night of April 7. And the incident has shocked the people, and ever since people have come out for widespread protests demanding justice for the young victims. Following the request from family members, the mortal remains of the victims have been taken for final rites at Lamtabung in Phagaw today. People gathered at RIMS and paid final goodbye to 2 young children who were killed in their sleep during tragic bomb attack incident. Amid the cries of people who have gathered at RIMS, the mortal remains of 2 innocent children were taken for their final rites. Family members of those who went missing during peak of Manipur conflict are yet to receive any benefits from government, as the government has not issued death certificate for missing victims. Speaking in this regard, Atom Ongbi Kabita, whose husband Atom Somarendro went missing at Sangay Tel Olympian Park on May 6, 2023, maintained that she has not received any positive report from CBI, which is handling the missing case of her husband. While informing about her struggles and supporting the family ever since her husband went missing 3 years ago, Kapita maintained that she has not received any financial assistance from the government. The government has told her that death certificate of her missing husband can be issued after 7 years, and due to this, she cannot claim insurance and other benefits for her husband, who was a central government employee. She has raised the matter to Union Home Minister Imphal during his visit to Manipur. The issue was also raised to Supreme Court and human rights groups. However, she is yet to receive any positive response or outcome.
Ngasi phawda mangi basike langla langsin amabo khangba ngamdri akoina police ta haiba kanda moi hujik CBI de sinagre hai CBI de sinaraga di CBI ki team khara ti akoi yumda laaga aingonda gi statement labom to kone family member sin dagi adobu ngasi phawda CBI ki team amta ai koi yumda lakhalaike maduna takpadi case asi CBI de sinade habne maicha khangori ba koina di sum dong no mage maisa si hengalai koira koira sum maisa si hengalai koi de hingdabadi yadabanina temlai hauri ba koi di cha sin ji sem dabaya de aduna koi du zik kai dong sige haidana tawre koi koi na tanaraga koi na mateng pangnare mangi besing joina aduga aigi pore besi central government employee na ma se adu ma gi mahutta aina changba do bese ma gi death certificate se yaw da bani na thapak se process ya de hujik ai outsource oina laijare regular ta ga do besi ma gi death certificate yaw ge akoi na death certificate se bibiyo hai bakan na Manipur sakan hai je sahi tare ngai bi hai sahi tare ngai bese sahi tare sidi akoi hing kamai hingo hai bano sahi tare se sadana layu hai bana sahi tare hai bese palam hai jaru re chatana non jaru re semuna gyane appointment lau jare kaim ta bakum direte kari ki mana kananu una do si kai no ha missing family ni hai tumin da laigre kamai hingo hai bano ko se moina changmangam de thibangam je habisi ki maram sikar ki no ba adune hujik se chum kuira ga ko je sum wari se ning changa ra thangoi se kai basu hele wari li basu ngam de ta kapning basu pawe.
Residents of Awang Lake Inthabi Kunjal and Awang Lake Inthabi Santipur under Lamsang constituency have complained that they have not received any clean drinking water despite their names have been featured as beneficiaries on Jal Jeevan Mission website. Speaking in this regard, social activist Joy Kumar Subam has informed that 384 beneficiaries from Awang Lake Inthabi Kunjal and Awang Lake Inthabi Santipur have been included in Jal Jeevan Mission website, but the villages do not even have pipelines. While alleging PHED Department of Fraudulence, Joy Kumar has warned to file FIR against PHED official and take legal action in this matter.
JESSY digi makok thongba chingba singsi makhoina sigumba thungang da sigumba nam thak tawna bharat sarkar gi sigumba hajagraba scheme asibo Manipur da chalaidna Manipur da lore singpire hai moi miyo singse mongkoi mathakte saloroi do maramdi Inthabi Kun aduga Santipur ani jiga pulagani mi chahumga marfuga marisi masida mokoi dipamena harga mi chahumga marfu marisi dagi ekoi sigumba yumsida ising connect tor mi haiba photo puthokko ngamdragadi police tai koi complaint tawna maramdi sigumba sarkar sabko thorang sida moina namthak tawre haga si ekoi khundadi praja singdadi singpi rena thagale aduga sigi paisa di compulsory paisa lorongna lodiba bido folokna bugidongta koi police tar complaint toga kar chalaga koi morilina court tai koi submit tawna department na masi tholoi hargadi athuba matamda koina sengtokpi gadabani.
On the other hand, General Secretary of Awang Lake Inthabi Santipur Sporting Club, Hero Chandra Yumnam, maintained that villages of Awang Lake Inthabi Kunjal and Awang Lake Inthabi Santipur have been buying water for their daily usage. He maintained that water from Sekmai River has been rendered useless due to heavy quarrying activities. The water supply reservoir have been lying defunct for months. PHED has assured to lay water pipeline and also construct a tube well, but the assurance has not been converted into real action so far. Speaking further, he warned PHED official to carry out the required work to provide drinking water to villagers of Awang Lake Inthabi and Santipur.
ꯂꯥꯟꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡꯁꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯛꯇ ꯏꯁꯤꯡꯕꯨ ꯂꯩꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯆꯥꯅꯕꯕꯨ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡ ꯂꯥꯏꯔꯤꯛ ꯇꯝꯅꯅꯕꯕꯨ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯋꯥꯕ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯔꯛꯇ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟ ꯑꯣꯐ ꯏꯟꯗꯤꯌꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯀꯅꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯌꯨꯝꯊꯣꯡ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯐꯪꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯐꯖꯕ ꯁ꯭ꯀꯤꯝꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯨ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯌꯥꯎꯖꯈꯤꯕ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯈꯨꯡꯒꯪꯁꯦ ꯖꯟ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯃꯤꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯤꯒꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯙꯥꯔ ꯈꯣꯡꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯌꯨꯝꯊꯣꯡ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯤꯗꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ 2026 ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯐꯦꯕ꯭ꯔꯨꯋꯥꯔꯤꯗ ꯋꯦꯕꯁꯥꯏꯠ ꯑꯃꯗ ꯆꯪꯖꯔꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯖꯟ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯃꯤꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯈꯨꯡꯒꯪ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯈꯤꯟꯊꯕꯤ ꯈꯨꯟꯖꯥꯎ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯁꯥꯟꯇꯤꯄꯨꯔ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯤꯅꯅꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯈꯤꯕ ꯆꯦꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯖꯔꯨꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯋꯦꯕꯁꯥꯏꯠꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯑꯣꯜꯔꯦꯗꯤ ꯌꯨꯝ 392 ꯍꯥꯎꯁꯦꯁ ꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯌꯨꯝ 334ꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯟ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯃꯤꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯀꯅꯦꯛ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯝꯃꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯌꯨꯝ 9ꯁꯤꯅ ꯄꯦꯟꯗꯤꯡꯗ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯔꯝꯃꯦ ꯁꯤ ꯑꯣꯜꯔꯦꯗꯤ ꯆꯦꯗꯤ ꯊꯣꯛ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯁꯤꯡ ꯄꯤꯊꯈ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤ ꯇꯧꯕꯗꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯁꯤꯗ ꯄꯥꯏꯞꯐꯥꯎ ꯇꯤꯡꯕꯤꯔꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯃꯤ ꯑꯃꯐꯥꯎ ꯇꯥꯗ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯖꯟ ꯖꯤꯕꯟ ꯃꯤꯁꯟꯒꯤ ꯃꯈꯥꯗ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯔꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯕ ꯑꯣꯊꯣꯔꯤꯇꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯂꯩꯉꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯨꯛꯅꯤꯡ ꯆꯤꯡꯁꯤꯟꯅꯤꯡꯕꯁꯦ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯒꯚꯔꯟꯃꯦꯟꯠꯅ ꯇꯧꯋꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯣꯠꯁꯤꯃ ꯇꯧꯕꯤꯔꯅꯨ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯤꯉꯩ ꯇꯥꯏꯃꯤꯡꯁꯤꯗ.
Marking the anniversary of May 3, 2023 outbreak of violence, Meitei Alliance has stated that Manipur remains in deeply troubling phase of armed communal unrest with continued clashes and retaliatory actions between Kuki and Meitei groups. The prolonged conflict has resulted in hundreds of deaths, thousands of injuries and displacement of nearly 1 lakh people, while severely affecting normal life, economic activities and freedom of movement across the state. The alliance also expressed concern over spread of misleading narratives that reduce the complex crisis into simplistic binaries, obscuring deeper structural, historical and political factors. Holding the government accountable, the alliance criticized failure to restore law and order, ensure adequate security and address humanitarian needs of internally displaced persons. It also raised concerns over continued restrictions, disruptions along highways and enforcement of buffer zones, terming them divisive. The statement highlighted growing inter- and intra-community tensions despite heavy militarization and called for urgent, inclusive measures to restore peace. Reiterating the need to protect Manipur's territorial integrity, the alliance urged action against illegal migration, narcotics activities and environmental degradation while appealing to all communities to remain united and uphold democratic values. All Manipur United Clubs Organization Amuko, Porele Merol Marapai Biapunba Manipur, PLM-PAM, All Manipur Women's Voluntary Association, Amawova, Committee on Human Rights Manipur, COHR, and Manipuri Students Federation, MSF, have urged the relevant authority to immediately stop the homeland demand by Kuki militants through act of terrorism in Manipur. A joint press note issued by the 5 organizations has demanded government to take concrete action to stop terrorism by Kuki militants in Manipur with the aim to claim a homeland. While calling it a violation of international law, the 5 organizations have asserted that people of Manipur will stand resolute against any attempt to break Manipur. Thado NP Manipur TIM has appealed to all Thado churches and community members to observe the 3rd anniversary of the Manipur violence on 3rd May as a solemn day of peace and prayer. A press note issued by its Joint General Secretary Mango Thado, TIM reiterated its firm position that peaceful coexistence and unity among all ethnic communities are fundamental and cannot be replaced by any form of separation. In continuation of this commitment, TIM earnestly urges all Thado churches and members to observe 3rd May 2026 as Manipur Peace Day, organize a prayer vigil at a convenient time in their respective churches, and offer prayers for peace, healing, unity, and reconciliation in Manipur. Kuki CSO Working Committee Ukrul alleged that Chefu Yaulan village came under fresh attack earlier in the day following failed infiltration attempt reported on April 28. In a statement, the committee claimed that around 12:30 p.m. indiscriminate firing was directed at the village from the direction of New Haven along National Highway 202, causing panic among residents. The body further alleged possible involvement of personnel from Litan police station, raising concerns over alleged collusion and dereliction of duty, while stating that photographic evidence purportedly shows police presence in the area prior to the incident. It also highlighted that earlier warnings about vulnerability of the village were ignored and noted that damage to main road near Suspension Bridge has left the area largely cut off. The committee demanded immediate removal of Tangkul personnel from Litan police station and deployment of at least one company of Assam Rifles to secure the village and surrounding areas, urging authorities to take prompt action to ensure safety of civilians. Commune in Manipur, KUAM, has appealed to the government and concerned authorities to ensure humanitarian access to common-inhabited areas amid the ongoing conflict in Manipur, highlighting severe hardships faced by community due to road blockages and disrupted transportation. In a statement issued on May 2, KUM President Serto Ahalkom said villages such as Koirenta Kuman, Koirenta Kuno, Harmon Lang, Kangatay, Sengpangjar, Vatarok, Remkotlang and Hautak are struggling without access to essential supplies, including food and medicines, with situation becoming critical during medical emergencies. Emphasizing that Kom community has remained neutral and committed to peaceful coexistence, the union urged authorities to keep roads open and safe, ensure uninterrupted movement of essential goods and medical aid, and respond urgently to the humanitarian needs of vulnerable communities. Advertisement board organized 137th death anniversary of General Balaram Saugay Jamba, a prominent soldier who fought for Manipur's freedom during 7 years' devastation. The event was marked by floral tribute ceremony and memorial site of General Balaram Saugay Jamba at Moirangkom Saugay Jamkolup, and descendants of General Balaram Saugay Jamba, members of General Balaram Saugay Jamba Foundation, along with other eminent persons, attended the program. It is worth mentioning that General Balaram Saugay Jamba is regarded as one of the greatest generals in Manipur's history, and young Balaram was part of the Manipur Levy of 1826 and was a soldier of the liberation of Manipur from the Burmese. He also led Manipur's forces to put down the Lushai Rebellion in 1871 and was a decorated hero who received an award for helping the British defeat the Burmese at the Battle of Kendat in 1885. The excerpts on Kendat War, in which General Balaram Saugay Jamba fought, is mentioned in GER Grant Brown Burma Gazetteer, Upper Chindwin District, Volume A, 1913. On the outbreak of war in 1885, 3 English assistants of the Bombay Burma Trading Corporation were murdered on the launch at Chindwin near Mingin, and shortly after this, the political legend Colonel James Johnstone and the contingent of army led by General Balaram Saugay Jamba of Manipur marched to Kindat through Kabo Valley and rescued 2 other agents of the company. General Saugay Jamba Balaram was awarded Kendat Medal for his heroic act by Sir James Johnstone, Chief Commissioner of Assam, on behalf of the Government of India for his services in 1885. Speaking on the function, Treasurer of Advertisement Board, Saugay Jamdaran, elaborated on bravery and achievements of General Balaram Saugay Jamba.
Leibaki irang leibagna maram moiduna idau Balaram Saugay Jamba Balaram Generalgi Samul Kuntatre Suba Laikidabagi Nising Thoromasi Akoigi Ahal Lamansinga Loina Icham Chamna Akoigi Lai Akoi Lai Su Katlaga Akoigi Handak Kumsigi Winadi Matang Akoina Pangkok Chakare Aduga Idau Balaram Saugay Jamba Generalna Chahi Adunga Akoi Manipugi Tana Thana Baya Rodaba Itihasiki Oiraba Hokiwa Taudok Chahi Tarik Kudakwada Yauduna Koigi Maniba Sipoi Ama Kumilami Ama Oiramadagi Generalgi Pongkagiba Tungai Matangi Aisingba Koigi Leibaki Taudanga Sarup Yaramaba Idau Sibu Sakang Mana Tawiramba Tabuk Sibu Sakang Bibi Oiduna Government side Tegi Function Sibu State level da Ontok Pinoy Damuta Ming Singsinja.
Chief Minister Nam Kim Chan has condoled the demise of veteran politician and former Minister A.S. Arthur, expressing deep sorrow over his passing. In a message, the Chief Minister recalled that Arthur was elected from Mukrul Assembly constituency and served the state as Minister for Forest and Environment and General Administration, highlighting his dedication, integrity, and contribution to public service. Stating that his demise is a great loss to Manipur, he noted that Arthur's absence will leave significant void in state's political sphere. The Chief Minister conveyed heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and prayed for eternal peace of the departed soul. Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly, Thokchom Satibrata, has expressed deep grief over the demise of former Minister A.S. Arthur, who passed away in New Delhi on Saturday morning at the age with respect and gratitude and extended heartfelt peace to the departed soul. Former Minister of State for External Affairs and Education R.K. Ranjan has also expressed deep sorrow over the demise of former Manipur Minister A.S. Arthur and Katingla Kaishing, wife of former Chief Minister and MP Rishang Kaishing. In his condolence message, R.K. Ranjan stated that he joins the bereaved families in this hour of profound grief and shares in their sorrow and prays for eternal peace of the departed souls and for strength, courage, comfort and solace to the families to bear the irreparable loss. Now we shall take a short break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. Now moving on, troops of Indian Army detected and safely neutralized a suspected explosive device during a routine patrol near Molsang village in Churachandpur district on Thursday, averting potential threat to civilian lives. Following the detection, Red Shield sappers of the Spear Corps swiftly deployed a bomb disposal team, cordoned off the area and enforced necessary safety measures. The presence of explosives was confirmed with the help of trained army dog, after which the team carried out controlled in-situ destruction of the device without causing any collateral damage. Officials stated that the operation was executed with precision and strict adherence to safety protocols, ensuring safety of both civilians and security personnel. Sit-in protest was held at Wangkai Pukram Bamlekai Community Hall against firing of several rounds at the residence of Ngangom Dilip last night. Pukrambam Leirak Merapaibi Publicity Secretary Kundongbam Ongbi Sadhya Rani said amid the unrest situation in Manipur, firing of several rounds in residential areas has created intimidation among the people. She also appealed to those involved not to repeat such acts in future, adding that proper dialogue should be held instead of causing fear among the people. She stated that sit-in protest will continue unless those responsible individuals claim the act of firing.
Maram su khangdana maram su laitana asukki laibaki usik yangon tawribe irangje sigi maraksida aikoi je hingbam khangdana lairibane ba hujik je ri tawgadabno maikai kodom da chalaga akoi je karamba lambi chalaga akoi je karmaina tawraga hingadage khangdingai maraksida sumaina khangawdana yumlakta no mai kapsen birame akoi kamaina hingani asolana angang kari kara mayam ama akoi de community hall lampak lairi je akoi gi sigi jaga je khwai de akoi gi kolop sigi pokhambam lairakki hai tare ne sida mi pumbam ne ba ko akoi di sidaida akoi without any information, kari tawai no kaino su khangda bida yumlakta no mai kapsan birame yumlakta haije yum manungda taribani yum manakta taribani adu tardi sidaida mida kaida ahalamanda angangda palam taragadi akoi kanana daita lobini kanana risk lobini sigumba harassment je matungda hana pibiganu kanana karigi damakta tawbiribno haibadu su sengdok pirau akoi sumaina hingbadi ngamjaroi.
The Joint Tribe Council Manipur, which represents Input, Liangmai, Rongmai and Zeme tribes, have expressed strong objection against conduct of census before implementation of NRC to identify illegal immigrants in Manipur. In a press note issued by its General Secretary, Dr. Akunyomi, Joint Tribe Council maintained the issue of large-scale immigration from Myanmar has posed huge challenges to Manipur, especially to demography, socio-political matter and also to national security. Indigenous communities have been voicing their concern against conduct of census prior to identification and segregation of illegal immigrants in the state, as inclusion of non-citizens in census records will bear far-reaching consequences. While stressing that JTC will stand against conduct of census prior to NRC, Joint Tribe Council has appealed to all CSOs, stakeholders and people of Manipur to unite and remain vigilant in safeguarding the rights and future of indigenous communities in the state. Inpui Naga Union has also urged government to implement NRC first before carrying out census in the state. In a press note which was issued by its President Mera Chao Inka, Inpui Naga Union expressed strong objection against any attempt to conduct census exercise before implementation of NRC or equivalent mechanism to identify illegal immigrants in the state. It asserted that Inpui Naga Union remains committed to protect ancestral land, identity and political future of indigenous Naga people. It also warned to carry out democratic agitations. Widespread resistance of government to disregard the concern of people and if the government tried to forcefully assault the rights and future of indigenous communities. Erdogang Lepak President Takelambam Sonajaupa extended solidarity and gratitude to workers across Manipur, India and world on the occasion of International Workers' Day, highlighting the significance of May Day as a symbol of dignity of labor and ongoing struggle for workers' rights. In a statement, he pointed out multiple challenges faced by workers in Manipur, including limited employment opportunities, lack of industrial growth, and inadequate access to social security, particularly for those in the informal sector. He also raised concerns of rising unemployment and underemployment among the youth, calling for urgent policy intervention. Erdo urged strengthening labor rights, promoting skill development, encouraging entrepreneurship, ensuring healthcare and social security, and promoting dialogue among stakeholders, while calling for collective efforts to build a fair and inclusive future for all workers. In a series of humanitarian and developmental efforts, Assam Rifles provided life-saving medical assistance to a 52-year-old man from Gamnom village in Churachandpur district on May 1 after he suffered venomous snake bite while foraging in a nearby forest. The victim, identified as Longkol Jin, was rushed to the unit hospital at Koga, where a team of 8 personnel promptly administered anti-snake venom and conducted continuous monitoring before stabilizing his condition. He was later shifted to District Hospital Churachandpur for further treatment. On May 2, the force also felicitated 17 youths from the district at Rayburn College for securing placements in reputed hospitality establishments such as Taj Western, Barbecue Nation and Tamara. The candidates had undergone training at the UNAU Skill Development Center in Kuga, established under the Civic Action Program in collaboration with Art of Living Foundation and Titan Lip. Meanwhile, in a bid to enhance disaster preparedness, joint flood relief capsule training was conducted on May 2 at Kongzom War Memorial Lake in Kaching District by Assam Rifles in collaboration with 12th Battalion NDRF and 1st Manipur Air Squadron NCC. A total of 126 personnel and cadets participated in the training, which focused on practical rescue operations, flood navigation, CPR, and casualty evacuation procedures. Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State Branch held its first management committee meeting at its office in MG Avenue, Thangal Bazaar. The meeting started yesterday and concluded today. A press note issued by its media coordinator, Premjit Naroibam, informed that the meeting resolved to make Narendra Ningomba as chairman, Dr. Laisha Manglam Singh as vice chairman, Premjit Naroibam as treasurer, and Atopam Nabachandra as honorary secretary for the term 2026 to 2029. Now in sports news, Manipur defeated Nagaland in the first match of Swami Vivekananda Under-20 Men's National Football Championship 2026, being held at Ramakrishna Mission Ashram Ground in Chhattisgarh's Narayanpur. In the Group B match that was played today, Manipur defeated Nagaland by 5-1. Salam Swami Chandra scored the first goal for Manipur in 34th minutes of the match, while Thaunaljam Robertson, Lakdongbam Lamjingba, Mohammad Soib and Kundongbam Carlos added 1 goal each in the second half to give Manipur a thumping win. Lunmingao Sansit scored the only goal for Nagaland. Manipur will take on Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Dui on May 4. Manipur team is led by head coach M. Deben, team manager M. Tombi Macha and with B. Sobikash as physiotherapist. Manipur Hockey has mourned the passing away of veteran hockey player and coach Ningombam Ranjit of Khongman Zone 4 by observing 2-minute silence in honor of the departed hockey player. A press note issued by Manipur Hockey CEO Moirangthem Brahmeshwar informed that Ningombam Ranjit contributed to hockey as a player of FCI hockey team and also as a coach. While terming his death as huge loss for a hockey fraternity, Manipur Hockey also extended condolences and solidarity to bereaved family. Now we have the weather report. According to ICR Regional Center Lamphel, its maximum temperature was recorded at 24 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 17 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 96% in the morning and 100% in the evening. And as per IMD record, Manipur received 40.2 millimeters of rainfall in the last 24 hours. On the other hand, India Met Department IMD has forecast widespread rainfall activity across Manipur, with districts including Ferezwal, Churachandpur, Chandil, Tengnoupal, Kakching and Thoubal likely to experience isolated to scattered rain and thunderstorms over the coming days. The Met Center Imphal has also issued warning that thunderstorms accompanied by lightning and gusty winds of 30 to 40 km per hour are very likely at isolated places in these districts, particularly during the initial days of the forecast period, while some areas such as Churachandpur and Ferezwal may continue to witness thunderstorm activity thereafter. Now before we end, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Two talks with Kuki-Zo groups resumed with Center and Manipur government. Kuki-Zo groups raised separate administration demand again. Bodies of 2 children killed in Tronglaupi incident taken from Rim's mortuary for last rites. Families of missing victims in Manipur conflict denied benefits as government yet to issue death certificates. And Awang Lake in Thabi Kunjal in Santipur locals allege no access to drinking water despite listed under Jal Jivan mission. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates.